Professional Culinary Institute is America's premier chef-owned school, dedicated to graduating successful professionals in the culinary, baking and pastry, wine and hospitality management fields. With their revolutionary artisan's method of instruction, small class sizes, world-class instructors, state-of-the-art facilities, and accelerated curriculum, you can graduate and get to work faster and less expensively than at other schools.
Chefs know what the industry needs. I mean, the chefs created the school because they wanted a school that produced students who were going to go out into the industry and have the skills needed by the industry. So it's a perfect match.
PCI was created by chefs, which makes a big difference versus somebody just sitting in an office. Because having been in the industry, having taught, having cooked in restaurants, not only do you know what's important for the students to learn, but you also know how to design the school to begin with.
It's just absolutely great school. I had attended the one in San Francisco as well, and it was just, so expensive. The program here is just fantastic.
Immediately when I came here, like within 5 minutes of being inside the door, I was hooked already. I wanted to be here.
I'm going to pull a ribbon here. My hands are around 100 degrees, the sugar's around 200, 225 degrees. I need it to cool down a little bit more. There's about a 5-degree window where that shine will stay on the ribbon.
I put the utmost importance on high-quality faculty with very high standards. The teachers have a passion for what they're doing. They love to teach, they love to cook, and they take a sincere interest in the student.
Oh, the staff is fantastic. I mean, we're getting master chefs, and I don't know if you've met Chef Bo yet. Chef Bo's in our baking department. He wrote the baking books for our class. So if you ever have a question, just, hey, Chef Bo, in your book, and you ask him, and it's really nice to be able to have that wealth of knowledge, because you can sit and look through a book, but if you ask somebody that has 30, 40 years experience, like, Chef Udo's a master chef from Germany, you can just ask him and he knows right off the bat.
They're amazing. Chef Stephanie has years of experience in the industry. She also has years of experience teaching.
All across the board, they're all amazing chefs.
These people have become like family to me and have been so helpful, and the instructor has gone over and above her duties as an instructor and has offered us to come in on our days off and just work with us one-on-one. So that's a very big plus.
I think that the small classes really make a difference.
The legal limit in California is 35 for baking and pastry. We have a class limit of 16.
We get a lot more individualized attention than any other place you go. So it's really nice to work with these people.
These will do fine anywhere. Nice, good, nice job.
For years and years, France and Europe were considered the only place where you could get a true culinary education, and this was due to the apprentice system of teaching in the trades. The artisan's teaching technique combines what we feel has been missing in culinary education up till this point.
Now you can make them round, square, any shape you want.
In the artisan's method, the student gets to see the instructor prepare each and every dish. The student gets to read about it, they get to see it done, and then they get to practice it themselves.
The demonstration is key to the student learning really well.
All for you.
I'm honored, Chef.
In a lot of culinary schools, they're not given as much demonstration because maybe lack of kitchen space, lack of actual theater to do it in.
When we do the dishes after that's explained to us, it feels as if we've already done the dish.
It makes my job very easy in the classroom because most of the students are getting it right the first time.
Students learn in a variety of different ways. I am actually one of those people that, yes, you can tell me anything, but if you show me, that's when I can commit it to memory. And so when she does her demonstrations, I can sit there and watch and go, oh, okay, that's how I'm supposed to do it. That's what it's supposed to look like.
This is all about technique. This is all about learning hands-on and preparing to go out into the workforce.
The curriculum that we've designed here is a very skills-based curriculum. And I think this is an essential point about us that separates us from more traditional schools. Every day that the student is here, they're in a kitchen and they're cooking. Because we are a skills-based program, we have condensed what is necessary for a student to be successful right out of school. So a student that is coming full-time can, from start to finish, be done and ready to go to work in 8 months.
If you just love cooking, a short-term program is perfect. It gets you out and in to a restaurant very fast and expedites your career.
If you want to make this a 2-year program, okay, we can make it a 2-year program. But what it does is it's going to stall your entrance into the industry as well as make it a great deal more expensive.
Learn a lot through osmosis. I mean, there's stuff that you can't be taught in school, and you only learn on the job. But the thing with PCI is they teach you stuff that gets you ready for that osmosis.
Nothing will get you ready for the real world other than the real world. And being that we offer an externship to complete the program is something that's going to help them really see what the culinary industry is about. And being that we offer a paid externship, it makes it that much easier.
Well, getting paid is definitely a good benefit, but the experience here has been phenomenal. I mean, I'm definitely going to learn a lot from this restaurant.
This week was my first week being by myself. There's no pastry chef, there's just me. Oh, I love it.
At the end of the day, it's all about jobs, you know, and that's why students come to school with one thing in mind: what kind of a job am I going to get when I'm done? And that's why training and education and doing a good job of training and education is so important, because that's what's ultimately going to get them, you know, a good job and going to launch their career.
We offer career services for our graduates for their entire lifetime. Our employment rate is at above 90%. If people want a job, they have a job.
This is the first place I walked into when I started looking around. And I sat down with Ron, our chef, and had a job 10 minutes later.
Walked in, turned on my application, talked to the chef, told him I was going to PCI, and pretty much picked me up from there.
This was the first place I really applied for. I had some other applications, but this was the one I wanted.
When he first came in, I'm like, great, here's another culinary student that's not going to cut it. And he surpassed all my expectations.
Basically, the training at PCI got me ready for the industry.
My experience with the people from PCI, I've really enjoyed. For some reason or another, they come out of that place pretty well trained. Technical skills, work ethic, which is just as important. They seem to have a pretty strong head on their shoulders, and they have a very good fundamental understanding of what to do and what needs to be done.
After the unprecedented success of the culinary and baking and pastry programs, PCI created their 10-week Certified Sommelier program, the fastest path to a career in wine, and the first wine program ever approved by the Court of Master Sommeliers.
Certified sommelier is someone who is ready to go out and work in a restaurant as a sommelier.
David Glancy is a master sommelier, and he is the department chair of the wine program.
We cover everything there is about wine. The Court of Master Sommeliers, they've never approved a program and decided to approve this program based on the curriculum, based on their tour of the facility, and just hearing what our students have already done. They felt all of that made it a good match.
I love what I do, and you know, you can't put a price tag on that, and I'm happy every day I go home. I think if a student can, you know, keep that in mind, that you're gonna love what you do, then I tell them to go for it all the way.
I never thought that I would actually have a job or a school or anything where I woke up and actually enjoyed going. And this is it. This is the only time I've ever in my life woken up for school or work and actually wanted to go.
I love the baking. Knowing that this is going to be a career for the rest of my life just kind of makes it even more exciting.
PCI is definitely close to my heart. It was an awesome experience that I don't believe I would have gotten anywhere else.
In the beginning, I barely even knew how to hold a knife, and I just wanted to learn these basic skills. And knowing that we only have one more month left and I'm already working, I feel I'm just in the right place at the right time.
It's the best school in this area for sure, and one of the best schools in the country.
Do your due diligence. Go out and look at other schools. Look at the class size, the breadth and depth of the curriculum, the faculty, and the facility. And then it's up to you now to go out and pick the school that's the best fit for you. Hopefully you'll come back here and enroll in the professional culinary institute.
Whether your dream is to be the executive chef at a 5-star restaurant, to own or manage a hotel, resort or cruise ship, or to work in the world of wine and spirits, the Professional Culinary Institute is your fastest way to a world-class culinary education, wine education, and the most advanced hospitality management program in the world. To find out more, go to PCIchef.com.